G'day guys, welcome back to another episode of U-Boat on U96. This is 7th of March 1942. We're heading out on patrol again. Last time out we managed to take down quite a fair bit of tonnage and we sunk about 7 or 8 NA1s with a deck gun, so that was quite fun. So hopefully we can have a repeat of that today. So a quick look at the map here, and we are heading out around to the usual hunting grounds just in the Atlantic Ocean here. We're going to head around the north of the UK because I don't really like coming through the English Channel if I can help it. It's always full of just patrol boats and they just get in the way. We're here to sink enemy freight, not enemy warships. So the area that we're heading to is technically the Black Pit this time instead of the Happy Place, which is right next to it. So hopefully we're going to get started on that and put a good dent into that. And now that the Americans are involved with the war, there should be a lot of enemy freighters. Plenty of stuff out there for us to try and sink today. Maybe even come across some big warships, who knows. But that's the plan, so we'll just head on out there, and if we find something on the way we'll cut back. If not, we'll just get to our patrol sector and see what happens. Alright, well we have our first contact here. We've got a decent sized convoy moving around and we are going to move in. So far they don't seem to have any escort ships with them, so we're going to attack the big stuff. There is a C3 and a Liberty in here so far that I can see. Now they obviously have guns on board, so if we can torpedo those guys. Yeah, so here's the C3 and the Liberty is just a little bit far away. We'll move in a little bit closer and we can start sorting out the solution for some of them. But if we can take down the Liberty and the C3 at this stage, those are the only things that have any guns on board, so we'll get rid of those, and that's going to just leave us a good opening to try and take the rest of it down with a deck gun. So that'll be a pretty decent start to the day. So we know that they're already on a heading and done a little bit of the working out on the map, so really we just need to do a distance check and a speed check for the Liberty, and we'll wait for that C3 to close in. So once that C3 gets within torpedo range, it's going to be good to attack. So let's do a quick speed check here. And we'll stop the clock right there. 6 knots, perfect. That is exactly what we want. Nice cruising speed for the convoy, and we can just plug all of this in on this C3 here. It's very easy to do the rest of the solution for that. It's just a case of getting the distance. That should be about right. Yep, well within range, so we can flood that up and get those torpedoes sent straight away. And then we will also try and do an attack to get that Liberty taken down on the same attack as well. If we can achieve that, then that's going to open up the door and we can get right in here and just surface up with the deck gun. So just need to double check that's like 4.5 kilometers away from us, and the Liberty a little bit closer. So we're going to do a little bit of working out just to make sure that we time this attack properly. So we'll just let those torpedoes move on and we will chuck down a little distance here. Should probably go roughly about 2 k's. So once those torpedoes get to the edge of that circle, then we can start thinking about flooding and sending them away to attack the Liberty. So we just got to let that keep moving just a little bit, and I do wonder, we'll do another check just to make sure, because those torpedoes are traveling and this ship is also traveling and we are also traveling. There's a lot of variables here, but I think we'll get those flooded right now, and then we'll just do a little bit of working out, make sure that we got it right. So they're almost there. I do wonder actually if I should plot the distance off the other ship, off the C3, because that is kind of the difference between them. It shouldn't necessarily be from my boat, it should maybe be from one of the others. So if I set that at just over probably around 2,200, 2,300 meters, once those torpedoes get there, well, which they pretty much are, so time to go. We don't want to wait too long. Don't want to miss our opportunity here. Well, perfectly timed there, got a good attack done. That's both of those ships in a world of hurt, especially this Liberty. She is definitely going to go down. As for the C3, yeah, it's always hit or miss with those. You never know if it's going to be enough to take it down. But I reckon this Liberty's fire is going to do the work for us, and well, we're kind of clouded out by the smoke of it to see the C3, but hopefully that goes down as well. Sometimes they don't, and we just have to finish that up with the deck gun maybe at another stage, but we'll see how we go there. So there is another Liberty in this convoy. I didn't spot it at first, but I have seen it since, and we're going to have to... there we go, we got our 7,000 tons. We are going to have to keep stalking the convoy and sink the Liberty before we think about a surface attack. So now that that one's gone, let's see how this C3 over here is doing. She doesn't look pretty at all, but we'll jump into the map and get a proper look on her. Yep, she is fully damaged. Arse end is sticking out of the water. But I think she's going to be one of those ones where we just have to come back and finish her off with the deck gun. Use a bit of time compression, but yeah, it's not really happening there. So we'll just chuck down a few markers on the map here, so we know where to come back to. And we will stay alongside the convoy here for a little bit, and our Liberty is just at the front, this one here on the far side. So that's going to be our next target. Now there's a couple of other ships in here, but I don't think anything's got any kind of ammunition. So we should be alright to just surface up and attack. So that's a Norwegian one, we won't be attacking that. This C3's still drifting a little bit, so we'll just realign our points and make sure that it doesn't drift too far away from where we actually want it to be. If it's going to keep drifting, it should move into that mark somewhere there. And what's this one here? Yeah, so there's a few British Empires that we can surface up and take down, but we really need to get rid of that Liberty before we think about doing that. And it looks like it's just going to be one or two Norwegian ships that end up sailing away. Well, here we go then. We got our Liberty in sight, and she looks like she should be within the range of a torpedo, but we'll just have a quick look, make sure. Anything under 5Ks is good. Yeah, perfect amount. And we'll just make sure that they've calmed down and they're back at their cruising speed, and then we'll think about launching up 2 torpedoes. And stop the clock there. 6 knots is perfect. Back at cruising speed, so tubes 1 and 2. That's the only thing we have available, but that's good. Perfectly warmed up, so tube 1 and 2, flood those, get those sent away. That'll send that to the bottom, and then we're open up for a deck gun attack on the rest of them. And there we go, 2 good hits there on that Liberty. A huge fire at the front end of the ship, as to be expected, and hopefully she is going to go straight down to the bottom. That's why I love attacking Liberties. They're just perfect. 2 torpedoes and it's job done most of the time. Unlike the C3s, you can never tell what's going to happen with those. 2 send it down, or 2 make it bloody stay up. You can just never tell. Put a huge fire on this Liberty and that full damage there, so I would say she's going to go down. We're on the move and on the surface, so we will get that diesel compressor running and a guy on the deck gun. And then there's at least maybe 3 ships here that we can sink with the deck gun, maybe 4 if we're lucky. So we'll just watch this thing burn its way under the waves, and we'll get cracking on with some deck gun attacking. And then I think it's going to be time to move on after that, but we will sink everything that we can. So we are off to a real good start here. Unlike the previous episode, where we kind of picked up some things here and there, but it wasn't really a large amount like this. So we should be off to a very good start with the black pit here. So pretty happy with that, but it's time to get moving and we'll get cracking on that dead gun.
Sie sinken. Rohr 2 geladen. Sie sinken.
Well, there we go. That's pretty much everything that we can take down has been taken down. I think there's still a C3 sitting out here somewhere that we need to go back and sink. But we've done the majority of what we can with this convoy, so we'll let the rest of it sail away. And then we'll hopefully find ourselves another large convoy. We may as well pick ourselves up, definitely the captain and the engineer there. And a couple more just to fill the boat, just so we get those extra points when we get back to port. But we'll get moving, we'll go sink the C3 and then we'll try and find ourselves another convoy after. And those other two ships are Norwegians, so we just have to leave them alone for now. Well, there we go. That's our C3 should be going down now, and that's a very good start to the Black Pit. That's 2 Liberties, a C3, and a couple of Empires as well. So we must be close to, well, around about 30,000 ton. So not a bad start, and we've still got plenty of torpedoes and deck gun ammunition, so we could hopefully pick ourselves up a lot more. We are aiming to get to that 50,000 mark. That would be a great start. If we can get more than that, then obviously very good as well. But I'm really hoping that we can push for that 50,000 here in the Black Pit, and then we'll get moving and we'll try and find something else. Alright, here we go. We got ourselves another convoy, and we're a little bit close. There's a destroyer right in front of us. I'm a little bit worried about that, but we are gonna, should we go blue lights just for now? I think we'll be alright. Let's just have a look through the scope and we'll see if we can pick ourselves out a good target here. Hopefully there's going to be 1 or 2. I don't know if we need to take out this lead destroyer first. It's actually a little bit dark, so we'll go red lights just to make sure. And here we have a Liberty, so that is going to be target number 1, and if we have to, we'll take down the destroyer, but we'll just start with a simple speed check here, get the speed of the convoy, and then we can start picking out the rest of our targets. So we'll just see what they're doing first, and we'll stop the clock there. 5 knots it is. That's very good cruising speed, so no need to panic here. We can just do our solution nice and slow. That means that none of that convoy is going to get too far ahead. So we need to work out their angle of travel here. So I'll just pull a north to south line. So 107, take away 360, leaves us with 253 degrees. So we can plug that in. And I think we're pretty much going to be good to go on this Liberty, as long as she is within the 5 kilometers, which I dare say she will be. So we are going to be moving slightly forward. Hopefully this destroyer here isn't going to pick us up and start pinging. That's going to disrupt the rest of the convoy if that happens, but we just need to slowly move in a little bit more, and then we can get those torpedoes all launched up. So I think we should stay here just so that doesn't happen, and we can start moving forward again. Hopefully that destroyer just keeps on cruising and we'll stay undetected here. So there's actually quite a few ships in this convoy, and it looks like there's only the 1 destroyer at the moment, so we could probably think about taking the destroyer down, and that would deck gun, give us the opportunity to deck gun everything else, unless there's any other large ships in here that need torpedo action. But we can get 2 torpedoes flooded up for this Liberty, get those sent away, and hopefully we'll have our Liberty going down under the waves. So tube 3 and 4 away. Oh, there we go, another 2 good hits on that Liberty there. The destruction continues today. We're doing very well so far. Managed to take down quite a bit of cargo already. So there's our damage report. She's about 70% damaged already, and flooding is happening, so she should go down pretty much immediately. Well, we'll not need to worry about using the deck gun for this. I have had a little look through the rest of the convoy. There's not really much in here for us to bother trying to take down. And we've got a few torpedoes left, but we will just let the rest of this convoy cruise on, and we'll get back out into the patrol sector and continue our hunt. We'll really just trying to target the larger stuff today, not going to fuss around too much with the deck gun. Although we've done so far, we've done pretty good. Got rid of a few Liberties, C3s, a couple of smaller ships as well. Would be nice to find ourselves a lot more larger cargo than just trying to pick off little Empires with the deck gun. So there goes another 7,000 tons down to the bottom, and we will carry on cruising, let the rest of this just move on, and we'll try and start a new day, see if we can pick ourselves up some larger convoys or larger lone ships. Well, we're in our patrol sector and we've got ourselves a lone ship here, just a lone empire. So we are going to close in and we are surfaced up on the deck gun, and we may as well put this thing under while we're here. It'd be rude not to. We'll just better make sure that we've got enough ammunition up on the deck here with us, but we will get rid of this thing and then we are just going to keep on cruising, and really we're looking for the larger convoys, but we've got plenty of deck gun ammunition, so if we do find ships like this then we can just take care of them.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen. Feuer an Deck.
Oh, there we go, that should take care of that. She's going down, and there's another 4,000 added to our tally. So we're doing pretty well today, but we don't want to be picking off small things like this all day. We want to get out there and just take care of the large stuff. So let's get moving. Hopefully we don't find too many more like that, but if we do then we'll just be adding to a new record that we could be setting. But really we're just out here trying to get rid of C3s, Liberties. Ideally it would be nice if we could find some large tankers as well. Maybe a large convoy of tankers and cargo would be good. Unescorted if would be even better. But we'll get back down to PD. We'll keep moving in our patrol sector. We'll see if we can find something. That's nothing. We already found that before. Let's leave that. Try and find ourselves a nice large convoy. Okay, we've had a message from BDU telling us to come and sink the Empire La Buam. So we'll just take a look around in this convoy here, see if we can find it. I was expecting it to kind of be this central ship. It's not a ship that we see very often. I don't actually even know what that is. Is that some type of tanker? Could be. But there's only really one ship in here that's going to cause us any issues, and that's a C3. So we are going to start by taking that down, and then we will deck gun down pretty much everything else that we can. We'll try and save our torpedoes. We must be running pretty low by now. So we're just going to torpedo down the C3. It probably won't go down with 2, as they never do. And we'll deck gun it down to finish. But there's no escorts in here, so we are pretty much going to be good to go as soon as this thing's dealt with. So we've already got the heading, and we already know pretty much most stuff. We just need to do a quick speed check. She's within the range of torpedoes, so we'll just get that clock started and we'll make sure she's doing a nice cruising speed, and we'll see what we can do from here. And stop the clock there. 6 knots, perfect speeds. Let's get 2 torpedoes loaded up. We'll aim for the front. And hopefully that's going to do enough damage to put her to a standstill, and then we'll think about taking care of the rest of these other ships that are going with it. So 2 and 3 away. And there we go, another 2 good hits there on that C3, so we are doing pretty well. A couple of big black holes on the side of her, so hopefully that's going to be enough. And that is our target ship, so we will need to make sure that we deck gun this thing down if it doesn't go down by itself. But we will surface up. I'm pretty confident that she's not going to be causing us any issues from here. And we will start closing in, and probably going to get rid of that C3 first, at least that's the objective done, and also the tonnage. And then we can just keep moving alongside the rest of these lone ships here, unescorted, and just pick them off as and how we please. So there's plenty more here for the taking, so we just got to make sure that they're all British or American ships as well. And then we are good to go. But I don't think this C3 here is going to be causing us any issues from here. So I wasn't planning to do too much deck gunning in this episode, but kind of looks like we have no choice here. So let's make sure that we have all of our ammunition coming up to the deck gun with us. We are going to need quite a lot of this, I would say. And there's a few ships here that we want to take down. We don't want to leave anything that isn't worth attacking. Anything flying British or American flags is going to go down. So might be a large time here on the deck gun, but I'm happy to do it. So we'll start with the C3, and then we'll probably go for that larger ship, the tanker in the middle. And then we'll just pick off the rest of these little suckers as it is as well. There's also another large tanker in here I can see, but that'll just be a deck gun job as well. There's no point trying to waste torpedoes. We've only got a couple left, and try and save them for something else. So we'll just keep deck gunning this down, and we'll cut back to you when a job's complete. Well, that should just be about the end of her. Yep, it is. There we go. We got the confirmation. Mission complete. We've sunk the target ship. So now we are just open to come into the middle of here and just take down everything else. So that's what we're going to do. We are staying up on the surface. We've got plenty of ammunition coming up. So we will just keep up deck gunning all of this stuff. Yeah, there's a large tanker over there in the distance, but we'll start with this one here.
Kurs setzen. Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
Die gehen unter.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen. Schneller, schneller! Legen Sie den Kurs an! Legen Sie den Kurs an. Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen. Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
Feuer an Deck. Ja!
Legen Sie den Kurs an.
Ich muss mich ausruhen. Sie gehen unter.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen. Kurs setzen.
Oh, there we go. A large session on the deck gun there. Every ship is going down. So that would have bumped our tally up by around about 20 or 30,000 at least in tons. So not a bad convoy to come and take down actually. Was a little bit daunted with the fact that we were deck gunning all of it down, but it is what it is, and we've got to save those torpedoes because we want to try and find large C3s, Liberties and tankers, as I say. So when you can use the deck gun, you may as well. So we'll get moving back down to PD, and we will clock up a few more kilometers around in our patrol sector, and we are going to see if we can pick ourselves up another convoy just to waste the last of our torpedoes, and we'll make sure that the boat's all fresh and in good health before we pick up any contacts as well. So let's just get moving, get these kilometers done, and then we are free to pick off whatever we can find. If we can find something, we should be able to find more stuff up around the north. So let's get moving up there and we'll see where we're at. Okay, we are back and we have a large convoy here right in front of us. Plenty of ships here that we can try and sink. Unfortunately, we don't have that many torpedoes though, so we are going to be limited. So we're really just going to have to try and pick off the best one that we can here. So we've got ourselves a C3. That wouldn't be a bad target to go with, and I think it's going to be a little bit of a hit and run job here. So we'll close in and we'll try and get that. Hang on a second, what's this? Nice big long ship here. We've got an aircraft carrier, first one of the series. So maybe we should try and do that. We have taken down a lot of shipping today, so we might as well try and get ourselves this aircraft carrier. It would be a shame not to. And that's the first one we've seen, so we should definitely try and take it. But I might just work the solution out here on this C3, just because if we've got a little bit of extra we might be able to make that attack. But that's actually looking pretty far away, to be fair, so I think we'll leave that one be. But we should definitely try and work out a solution. Oh great, we got friendly torpedoes, friendly submarines in the area. Let's just tell them to get out of here because they are going to cause us problems. Not really ideal to have them in the area when we're trying to take down our first aircraft carrier, but we're just going to have to try and make it work. Normally the rest of the ships will do their little detour thing, but the aircraft carrier will always stay on course. It may change its speed, but we are going to take a shot at it either way, just to try and actually get a shot away and sink it. And we've got an aircraft in the air as well, so a little bit of pressure here. Not sure if we're actually going to be able to get the strike, but we may as well see what we can do if we get some torpedoes in the water at the very least. So we know that they're doing 5 degrees, and aircraft carriers, there's only 2 types, and it's the one with a stack in the middle. So it's, yeah, no, it's at the front. It's the Rogue class. It looked like it was in the middle, but it's a lot more towards the front. And she is within range of a torpedo, but we will need to have a look and just double check the speed there. But we'll get 2 torpedoes loaded up and ready. So it's just going to be a case of getting that speed and shooting straight away, because those other friendly U-boats are just going to be causing us issues. So let's do the quick speed check and get these torpedoes in the water ASAP. And let's stop the clock there. 8 knots, so they must be under panic mode. And unfortunately, it looks like we're not going to be getting the hit here. And I don't think we're going to get lucky that those torpedoes are going to run through and hit any of those other ships. So we'll put that down to those friendly U-boats there causing problems, which is unfortunate for us. Would have been nice to get an aircraft carrier down after such a good outing already. But yeah, these friendly U-boats just keep coming in, so that's really annoying. Even though you tell them to go away. So we are just going to leave this convoy alone, and we are going to keep cruising. And we'll finish up our kilometers, and we'll just... hopefully we can find something else, but if not, we'll just head on back to the ports.
Auf Seerohrtiefe gehen.
Well, March 24th, 1942, we're back in the port, and we get a new medal here. That's pretty good to know. And we are about halfway towards the next medal, just over halfway. And the black pit, 50,000. Did we hit 50,000? 47,000. Not bad. Not bad for our first time out over there. We'll definitely be improving on that over time. Probably trying to get over a couple of 100,000 over there. So here's a little list of all the ships that we sunk. So I'll let you run through those, and then we'll take a look and see what the damage is after. Well, there we go. 87,500 tons. 87,500 tons sunk. And look at that, that is quite a long list. And all freighters and all tankers, no enemy warships in there. And we did all of the objectives. So that is a pretty decent going by my rates. 87,000, gotta be happy with that. Well, there we have it, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode. I know it's been a while since we put one out, but I did move house in between this one and the last one, so it's been a few weeks, but hopefully we can get ourselves back to some sort of schedule. So stay tuned for some more. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.